Oh, Dick Durbin. I'm going to go after Senator Dick Durbin for a minute. He decided to harass people who want to enforce the law when it comes to Obamnesty, the people who are going after Barack Obama for his illegal executive orders. Dick Durbin decided to tweak people like that by comparing Barack Obama to Abraham Lincoln and the Emancipation Proclamation. I want you to hear this.
We properly celebrate those moments in history where we finally moved beyond the era of the Constitution on race and really moved on a new path. We celebrate that day 152 years ago when a Republican president of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, issued an executive order, the Emancipation Proclamation, which freed 3 million slaves in America.
Well, that's Dick Durbin trying to compare the Emancipation Proclamation with his executive order to grant quasi-citizenship to millions of illegals. The most obvious difference is here the illegals are in the country illegally, and they're coming here because they want to. The slaves weren't here because they wanted to be. They were dragged into this country by some scuzzy people, some evil people, slave masters, and sold into bondage. I'd say that's just the comparison breaks down immediately. But the facts of the case are, first off, it was not an executive order. It was a military action. The Emancipation Proclamation was a wartime action. The order freed zero. The Emancipation Proclamation freed no slaves anywhere. The Emancipation Proclamation was a wartime measure designed to stir up a slave rebellion in the South during the war in order to cause strategic problems for the South while it was waging war against the Union. It had no jurisdiction whatsoever in the South because the South at that time was another nation. And it ordered people against whom he was at war to free their slaves. And the people at the South at that moment weren't under the jurisdiction of Lincoln and freed nobody. And also you should know that Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation had zero effect in any of the jurisdiction in which Lincoln had authority, because it only called for the releasing of slaves in the South and not under any jurisdiction that Lincoln actually had any authority. His emancipation freed zero in the North. As a matter of fact, one of Lincoln's generals who was in Texas, hearing the Emancipation Proclamation freeing the slaves, actually started to do it in Texas. He got fired for that. Lincoln fired one of his own generals when he started to take the Emancipation Proclamation as a serious measure. So Durbin, historically illiterate. I think the other word is doofus.